Baby. Baby, when you don't have contractions, don't.
No.
We are just looking for some contractions.
You are kind of 1.5 centimeter dilated. What is, please, what is that half looking for? What are we doing with the half? Like, in fact, Masa, at this point, that pain is just like it's on its own. It has its own NAFDAC number. She will now use one hand to like push my tummy down, and she will now put her hand down there and maneuver it. I don't know what she was doing, but whatever she was doing, my brain was on fire. Unconscious, like I was not conscious of the environment.
Senders Joyful Space. Subscribe.
Hello blessed, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra and this is Sandra's Joyful Space. You are welcome once again. Hey, if you can tell, you can see that I am very excited. Like I cannot contain my joy. Today, to the glory of God, my daughter turned 1. And I'm super excited. Just like yesterday, I was in the delivery room, delivering her and just coming home with her. Like it went so fast, guys, like so fast. So we're going to do a detailed labor and delivery story. Even if it's like 1 year after, it's a detailed one. And yes, before I go into the video, I just want to thank every one of you for your birthday wishes, for the prayers, for the love and everything. I say God bless you. Yameshira Obebrebe. I really do appreciate it. So right now, let's jump right into the video. So today, I'll be talking about my labor and delivery story. You know what? Let's rewind. Let's actually go back memory lane. Yeah, we are there now. So back to 2019, when we just entered into the month of July, which should be my birth month, like the birth of my baby. I was anticipating. I'm like, I'm not going to pass my due date. Like my desire was that I'm going to give birth on or before my due date. Like my due date is supposed to be on a Tuesday. A week before my due date, I started to prepare, start doing some small exercises. I don't even know if it was the exercise that was doing me, I was doing the exercise. Two of us were just doing each other, because if you see what I was doing, you laugh. For me, I was trying my best. Anything to make the baby come before the due date. I researched, like they say, eat pineapple, drink this tea, do this thing, all the tips to quicken labor and go into labor naturally. I was trying the ones I could lay my hands on and I can actually do, because some were like, sister, I cannot do it. But like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm like, this baby is joking with me, or you think we're here to play? Please, baby, you know what? This Friday, it got to be Friday. We have to do everything like double. If maybe I walk for like 30 minutes, today was 1 hour. If maybe I go up the stairs for like 5 times or 10 times, today was 15 times. I just put some extra to the exercises. On Friday night, still no show, nothing. I'm like, okay. I told myself that, you know what, I'm not going to even try anything anymore. I will just leave it in the hands of God. When God says this baby will come, the baby will come. I'm not going to stress myself again. So I just told that to my husband, and my husband was just looking at me. The same thing you said on Wednesday, and on Thursday morning you were exercising. I'm like, no, this time I mean it. I'm not going to stress again. The last day I'm doing any form of exercise, like I'm not doing anything again. My husband said, okay. Then we went to bed on Friday night. My husband slept earlier before me. I was still awake. Then I received a WhatsApp message from my mom, and I checked it, and she was like, how far, anything? And I told her, nothing, we are here looking, And she was like, don't worry, you will go into labor soon in Jesus' name. And I just claimed it with faith. I said, amen. Immediately she said, I said, okay, let me sleep. Let me just try and sleep. It was not even up to 10 minutes. At exactly 11:55, I just felt like water was just coming out of me, like I was peeing on myself or what, I don't know. I just quickly jumped out of the bed and I ran into the bathroom, and I just saw everywhere water. The water was just coming out. I'm like, as my water broke. As my water really broke, like seriously. I was excited in my heart. Hey, I've not yet woken my husband up. I'm like, let me be sure. So I sat in the toilet. It was just coming a lot. And just tested my mom, saying that, water is just coming out of me. And I'm like, hey, I think that it is time. Like, it is now time. And she was like, oh, thank God. Am I feeling any pain or anything? I said, no, I just feel fine. Just like the water is just coming out. She was just like, okay, good and fine. I should keep her posted. So I just took some pad, to pad up so that I don't like get myself and everywhere messy. Then I went into the room. I lied down. Should I wake my husband up? But I was just excited. The time I've been actually waiting for. The time is here. Like, it's now. Live and direct. So after a while, I'm like, I will just wake him up. I woke him up and told him that it's time. He was like, time for what? Like, I don't understand you, babe. Like, what are you talking about? Like, time for what? I'm like, I think the baby is coming. I was like, huh? The baby is coming. Where? When? Out of the sleep, and my husband just jumped out of, like, the whole sleep just disappeared from his eyes. It was immediately alert. I was like, okay, calm down. I'm not actually in labor, but my water just broke, and I said, okay, let me wake you up and inform you. Oh, your water broke. Okay, what should we do? Should we call the doctor? Should we do this? Should I call the ambulance? Should I do this? Should I go here? He just stood up. I'm like, just calm down. Let's take it like one step at a time. Actually, I was thinking we should also like call the hospital, but I was thinking we should also wait a bit. Like, I'm kind of in the middle. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We'll wait for like 2 hours to see like what goes on. And after that, we'll like call the hospital. And it was like, okay, good enough. And he refused to sleep. He was just sitting down with me. I'm like, okay, you can actually like sleep and rest, because that was a very interesting day ahead of us. Like, take all the rest you need now. He was like, no, he can't sleep. He wants to be awake. He wants to see the whole process. He wants to be like, involved in everything. He don't want to miss any part out. I'm like, okay, continue. Me, I was just so excited I could not even sleep. We just sat there, just looking at the time, just chatting, just relaxing, like just literally just cozy in bed and just talking. So we called the hospital and we just like told them everything, and we're like, okay, she'll bring me in, let them check me and all that. So I was like, okay, cool. I've already packed my bags like 1 week ahead already. So I just like, pick my bag. We passed through my mom's place, we pick her up, and then we went to the hospital. So we got to the ward. They were like, okay, let them check me, check the baby, check everything. So they did all the normal checking, everything and all that. And they were like, okay, the baby is fine. Everything is fine. Things are going well. At this time, it was like 5:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. We arrived. Yeah. So they checked everything. Like, everything is all right. Everything is fine. So they were like, okay, it's time to check the service. Let's like see how you are progressing and all that. So that the midwife, had to check. I was looking at her face. I was like, And when she finished checking, she just told me you are 1 centimeter dilated. Like, please, you mean we are just 1 centimeter dilated? Sandra, this is just the beginning. You have not started. Like, you have not started. Oh, it's your first baby. Most time, best baby take their time, It's the one that is going to, open the way. So it takes time. I was like, okay, tell me, how long do you think it will take? Like, when do you think I will actually give birth? She was like, well, she cannot say that it's 1 hour time, 2 hours time, tomorrow, next tomorrow, or anything. It differs from person to person, so we just have to see how we're progressing. At this point, I don't even care, maybe I'm a nurse or whatever. In fact, it flies from my head. I don't want to know anything. All what I've read, research, even be taught in school, like, it fly out. I just want to hear that you'll be giving birth soon, or you are fully dilated, or like you are progressing, very well. Like, madam, go and lie down in the bed, because you have not started anything. The journey is just beginning. You're like, you are still in the kindergarten level. Like, just go and relax, chill. That was why I went to the ward, and I told my husband, you know what, go back home, go and sleep a bit, relax, freshen up, just rest. I don't think that anything is going to happen like in the next even 4 or 5 hours. So just go and relax. I already like created a praise and worship like playlist. That's okay, this is what I'll be playing during my labor and all that. So I started playing it with my earpiece. And yeah, while I was doing all this, I started to feel like some slight pain. I'm like, okay, we are moving. The time frame between each contraction were like, very wide, like even 30 minutes apart. So I was like, this is not it. But I was glad at least I'm now feeling something like gradually. So in the evening, they came to ask me like, okay, how am I feeling? They came to check again, and then they checked my cervix, and they're like, still 1 centimeter. When are we going to live here today? 1 centimeter again, like, Sandra. I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm like, okay. Calm down, you can do this. And one thing is that everybody has been telling me that, Sandra, you know what, don't even opt for natural delivery because you have a very low tolerance to pain. Like, when I have pain, you need to see me. More stomach pain, you need to see the way I'll be reacting. Everybody have told me, don't even try it. Like, you can't even handle it. But I told myself that, you know what, I believe one thing. Going into labor, going into the delivery room to deliver your baby is never determined by the strength of a woman. No, it is not by your strength or by your power. It is by the grace of God. It is God who gives you the strength, who gives you that power to be able to push that baby and like give birth. And every woman who goes into the delivery room, whether through natural delivery or through CS, you are a strong woman. Even going through the 9 months of pregnancy and all that, you are a strong woman. So because of that mentality I had, I told myself that if everybody says that, Sandra, you can't handle it, I know that I'm coming here with the strength and the grace of God, and He will strengthen me and I will go through this successfully. So that was what I was just telling myself. I was just like, speaking the word of God. So throughout that night, my mom was awake. She was in the waiting area. I went to meet her downstairs. We were, praying together. She would hold my hands. She would like help me to rub my waist. My husband was still around till like late in the night. When my mom is tired, he would take over. Then I told him, you know what, you go home and sleep, because I know that my husband cannot function well without sleep. So I told him, you know what, you just go home and sleep. I'm not sure that anything is going to even happen tonight. Our house is just like 5 to 7 minutes away from the hospital. So he went home to rest, but my mom was like, sleep for the way. Not sleep when my daughter is in labor. Like, how will I sleep? I cannot sleep. Oh, please. Guys, mothers, I don't know the kind of love, the kind of strength, the kind of grace that God has, placed in mothers. Like, my mother did not sleep from the time I went into labor till the day I delivered. Till when she heard that, okay, I've delivered and the baby is fine, she did not sleep. She was praying day and night. And I don't know how much I can, appreciate her enough. So I went to the ward, I tried to sleep. I would sleep a bit, I would wake up due to the pain. I would sleep a bit, I would wake up. It was just like off and on. So the next morning, which was now Sunday morning, so the pain was not like, increasing. So I was happy. So when they came, they checked me, they were like, you are kind of 1.5 centimeter dilated. Are you for real? Like, are you really for real? When and what is, please, what is that half looking for? What are we doing with the half? I don't know. What is 1.5? It's either 1 or 2. Like, in fact, Masa, at this point, I don't know what, I don't even know what to do. I was like, okay, I've been in labor since like, the previous night. So now it is actually exactly 24 hours. I've been having this off and on contraction. You're still telling me that it's just 1.5. They were like, oh, relax, don't worry, it will be fine. All through this time, they were giving me antibiotics treatment. They were like, okay, they have to put me on antibiotics because when your water breaks and you have not like delivered the baby, you have to be put on antibiotics. So like that was going on, and I was like, okay, you know what? At this point, should we just still keep waiting? They were like, oh, like I should just like, be walking around. I went out, I started to walk around. My husband was there with me. We were walking, just the hospital is very big, so we're just walking from one place to the other. Anyway, we did that for like close to an hour, and I went back because I could not take it anymore. I was in the waiting room with my mom. She was just like, praying for me and all that. And I was asking her, okay, the pain I'm feeling now when I have contraction, is that like the level of pain? Is that the highest level of pain? So I described how I was feeling. And she was like, oh yeah, that's how it is. That's labor. You're already in labor. Like, there's no other pain that's more serious than that. You're already, as far as you can manage this one, then you're already through. You're already managing it. African mothers. Nobody told me. I don't know that was just the beginning. She was just encouraging me. She didn't want to tell me the truth. So I was encouraging myself. I'm like, if this is the pain, then I can manage. I can pull through. I was kind of, encouraged again. Yeah, Sandy, you can do this. Let's go. The midwife came to check me again. And surprisingly, she said, you are 2 centimeters dilated. I know it's just 2, it's small, but I was happy. And so she told me that, you know what, if you really want to like push this labor to, you know, kick in fast, I would advise you, you know what, to take the lift and go to the 14th floor, which is the last floor. And then when you get there, you now use the stairs, like the normal stairs, not the lift, and come down by yourself back to the 7th floor. Just do this. But when you are going up, use the lift. I'm like, okay. So I used the lift. I went to the 14th floor, and then I started to come down gradually with the stairs. People of God, I did not even get to the 5th floor. I think I was around the 4th or 5th. The contractions hit somewhere that it has not hit before. I'm like, what kind of pain is this? I'm like, okay. This pain has taken a new turn. I thought my mother said that was all I'm going to feel like. Which one is this? I could not even move. I just like, you know, pause in one place like this. I could not move. I didn't even bother to even finish it. I just tried to, you know, get to the lift and use the lift to finish it. And I managed myself to the ward. And I told her, please, I only did 5. I could not finish it. So the woman was like, okay, let me check you. And then she checked me. People of God, join me to celebrate. Join me to celebrate. Oh, what did we get? 4 centimeters, like a 4. You need to see how happy I was. She told me you are 4 centimeters dilated. I said, 4 what? 4 centimeters. Please, you know what? I'm happy, super happy. So at this point, I'll ask you, do you want an enema so that, you know, you flush your system and all that? I'm like, okay, I don't want to, you know, give birth in a messy situation, so let's do that. So she gave me an enema. I used the toilet, like cleared my system and all that. She prepared a big bathtub, and then she told me, okay, would I want to be inside the water to, you know, just relax, you know, it will like calm me down during the contraction. I'm like, okay, anything. I'm ready to like try anything. So I went into the water when the contraction will hit, like, please, I cannot describe the pain. There's no description for that pain. That pain is just like a pain on its own. It comes on its own. It has its own NAFDAC number. It has everything. It's just a registered pain on its own. They cannot even give it any qualification. Then I told her, madam, this water is not doing anything. Please, I want to come out, because I don't know whether the water is even making it worse. All my body is like hot, like I can't take it. Just bring me out. So I was like, okay. So I came out. I was, you know, holding anything I can hold. Like the pain was intense. At this time, it was like 7 p.m. But you know what? Relax. When you're about to have a contraction, let me know. So whenever I want to have a contraction, I will just tell her, okay, it's coming. So this midwife will now like quickly go down there and put her hand like, you know, down there. During the contraction, I don't know what she was doing, but people of God, was not funny. The pain was getting into my brain. She will now use one hand to like push my tummy down, and she will now put her hand down there and, you know, maneuver it. I don't know what she was doing, but whatever she was doing, my brain was on fire. I could not take it. I'm like, please, take it easy. Don't kill somebody's child. She did this for a while. She was like, okay, your progress is a bit slow. It's kind of stalled. Like, do you want me to give you something to make it faster? I'm like, do you want to induce me? And she was like, oh, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, yes. Me that I've been researching from day one. That's called induction. You want to induce me? Okay. At this point, I don't really care. Just like, you know, do it. Like she went out, came back, and, you know, fix everything. Then, time for part 2. The contraction came. Let me sit where. When this contraction came, the pain was like, whim, 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 like, hey. There was no going down. No. Before the induction, when I have the contraction, I have it for like a while, then like it relieves me. So this time I was waiting for, okay, the pain is high. I was like, okay, take it in. Very soon it will relieve you. For where? It was not relieving me. Rather, it was going higher. Whim, 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 whim. I'm like, okay. If a kukuma tell me that you want to kill me here, hey, please, I cannot take this. Give me a epidural. I cannot take this pain. What is this? What kind of pain is this? Why is it not stopping? Why is the pain not relieving me? It's the pain like just going, like no break in transmission. Like, what is this? What is going on? Mother, what did... She was like, at this point, I cannot give you a epidural. You've passed that stage. Like, I cannot. It's already past that stage of epidural. You just have to you know, breathe through it. breathe what? Be doing the way I was screaming, yay! Please, God, find something for me. I cannot take this pain. This one is too much. Help me. Everywhere was hot. Then she told me, you know what? I can only give you laughing gas. I'm like, okay. You know what? Bring the laughing gas. I'm going to take it. When they brought it in, I just fixed the thing on my face. I was just inhaling it. I didn't even want to hear. They were like, calm down, inhale it slowly. I'm like, please, you said this thing can reduce the pain. There's no slowly. Oh. Please take it easy. Langsam marking. What are you saying, please? Which one is langsam for the year? Hey, it was not working, and I just threw the thing away. It's not working. Give me something for this pain. And they're like, there's nothing they can give you. You have to, like, you know, go back to the laughing gas you've thrown away. That's the only thing that can save you, sister. My husband was like, you know what, just manage the laughing gas. Try to learn how to use it. Put it in your mouth. I'm like, don't talk to me. I don't want to hear any talk. Don't tell me anything. It's not working. Hey, I will see if I can, you know, edit it and just put some videos of my action that day. I was not even listening to anybody. Hey, it was not easy. That was how I was just going. Then I took it back. I was like, trying to, like, you know, inhale it more slowly. And with time, I realized that, okay, I was not hearing the pain that much, even though I can feel that I'm having contraction. It was not that intensity like the way I was hearing it in my head. So I was like, okay, this is good. This is better. I can do this. So, you know, we just continue. So I started to, like, you know, inhale it like a lot more. That I got to a stage where I became like kind of delirious. Like I was no longer like conscious of the environment. All their voices were like far in my head. Like I was in another world. I was like in my own world. It's like everything they were saying, I could hear them, but it was kind of far away.
Don't breathe it, okay? Because you will get dizzy. Do a pause. Baby. You will get dizzy when you don't have contractions. Put it away. Baby. Baby. When you don't have contractions, don't. Baby.
No.
Okay, Martina, the nurse has left again. So we are just looking for some contractions.
Okay, what are they saying? What are they doing? Like, I'm not going to mind them. I'm just going to enjoy myself here. As far as I find peace here, I will be here. I will be resting. So that was what I was doing. I was just relaxing, resting, taking my time. I don't know that at that time what was going on in reality. The head of the baby has now like crammed. They can see the head of the baby. It's time to push. And me, I did not know. I was in my own world. I was kind of semi-unconscious. Like I was no longer conscious of the environment. I didn't even know that they are saying push. I didn't even know anything. I was just like thinking something. I was far away. I was like kind of semi-unconscious. And they were screaming my name. They were calling me. My mother was panicking because she was on the phone. They didn't allow her to come in. My husband, everybody was just like worried because they could actually see the baby's head. So the baby was stuck there. It was left for me to push. And I was like kind of unconscious. Like I was not conscious of the environment. I was just in my own world. My husband said his head was like about to explode. He could literally like see the head of his baby, and I am not pushing. This went on for like some minutes. I don't really know how long. My mom was like, it was longer than 10 minutes to like 15 minutes. I don't know. My mom was like, okay, they should do a CS. They were like, at this point, I just have to wake up and push, because before they will start like doing CS and all that, the baby is already like, you know, on the way. Like they have to find a way to wake me up and be conscious and push. And when I was like praying, my husband was like praying, everybody was panicking. So back to my own world, I was just like, those people are just making noise, like, yeah, it's so nice, peaceful. I just heard something like, it's time. I was like, time for what? Or like, it's time. I was just hearing that word, like, it's time. So immediately I was like, time for what? So I just like opened my eyes and I just hear them. She has opened her eyes. I'm like, can you hear me? I'm like, okay. I started to like put 2 or 2 together. I'm like, okay. Actually, I was in the labor ward. Okay. I've not had the baby, or have I had the baby? For a minute, I was like trying to calculate like where am I? What is going on here? And they were like, push, push, trucking. I'm like, what's going on? So we have not pushed this baby. So we are still in this place, like, we still there here. Hey, Assemble, we are still here, like, we are still here. At this point, thank God I can hear push. It's not like we are still 2 centimeters or 4 or 5. They say push, Abi, this one I'm ready. Let us push. So I started to push. They were like, close your mouth and push. Push with all your strength. Push very well. I'm like, okay. I closed my mouth. I was giving the push the way I can do it. Push! Dragon! We were going for where? What do they push? The baby was like, push harder. When I tell you push, push with all your strength. And then she did something. When she said push, immediately that urge came and I want to push. Immediately I was pushing. She put her fingers into my backside. You know what I'm talking about, the backside. Hey. And then she applied some kind of pressure. The thing touched my skull. It entered into my brain. And the kind of anger that get your hands off me, with that anger, I push with all my strength. Then something came out of me. Like peace, all the pain, all the struggle, everything, just like it just finished. Like at that minute, it just like someone just pour cold water on my body. Like I breathe down, and then I didn't hear the baby cry. I'm like, why is she not crying? What was going on? The period that was calm was not even up to 1 minute. I began to panic. Why is the baby not crying? Because in Africa, when you give birth, you still want to hear is nye, 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 nye. If you have not heard that, what are you saying? Why is the baby not crying? Like, what is going on? Like, why is she not crying? I began to panic. And they just took the baby. They were running out of the ward with the baby. I just saw everybody like running up and down. I'm like, what's all this running up and down? Like, somebody talk to me. Why is she not crying? What is going on? And I turned to my husband. What is going on? Like, I did not hear the baby cry. Why is she not crying? Why am I not hearing her voice? What is going on? I was panicking. My mother was like, calm down, calm down. Don't panic. You might go into shock. Don't panic. And the midwife was like, calm down, calm down. We are taking good care of your baby. You have to relax. I'm like, okay, I'll relax. But tell me what is going on. And she's like, relax. We'll tell you. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Tell me. You're like, okay, because the baby was like, for some time stuck in you, she was not getting enough oxygen, and now that she's out, we have to like give her oxygen and all that. I'm like, okay, I hope she'll be fine. They're like, they have to see. And then they told me, you have to deliver the placenta. Your placenta is not yet out. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then I just gave like 2 push and the placenta was out like easily. And the doctor was like, that is a big baby. When they actually checked my file, they saw that she was like 3.7, but when she came out, she was weighing 4.1. And I had a very little tear. And they were like, wow, the 4.1 baby, like your tear is just like a scratch, like very little. And the doctors were like, wow, that's pretty good. After all that is done, they brought my daughter with all this like pipes and all those things connected to her. I was like, what's going on? Okay. And I was asking, are you guys sure she'll be fine? They're like, oh, we're taking care of her, we'll see. Just tell me she will be fine. Like, that's all I want to hear. But nobody was telling me that. I was only allowed to only touch her hands. My husband also like touched her hands, and they like took her away. And they're like, okay, in 2 hours time, my husband can come and like check on her, just to like see her and all that. Every 15 minutes, I'm like, go and check on her, go and check on the baby, go and check on the baby, go and check on the baby. Until it was like 2 hours, and my husband went and he sent me pictures, and it was like, okay, she's stable, she's okay, they're taking good care of her, I should relax. And then I slept off and had a very good sleep. And we came out with our baby, and when I entered the house, I was so happy, like wow, finally I'm home with my baby girl. Like, I was just excited. I was just like all over the place. That is it on my labor and delivery story. If you have watched to this point, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And if it's the first time I'm coming across my face across this channel, I say you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell beside it, so that you'll be notified whenever I post any new video. And to my returning subscribers, hey, we cannot go without the dance. Today we for dance well. My blessed people, eh? My blessed people, eh? My blessed people, eh? My blessed people. Thank you for always coming back to watch your girl. Thank you for your love, for your support. I do not take you all for granted. See you all in my next video. Bye.